Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dreams Unveiled. I am here with my co-host, Melissa Salazar.
Hey, guys.
I am Daun Whittaker, and we are here to tear apart your dreams. And we enjoy being detectives and finding out everything we can about your dreams, because learning to do this really can improve your quality of life. It can heal wounds. It can help you to have better insight into maybe your behavior, your thought processes. It can help with anxiety.
Yeah, I feel like it's a huge one.
Yeah, big. That is a huge one. It can help with relationships. Dreams are important, and dreams aren't necessarily just a reflection of what you're not dealing with in your day-to-day. They're even deeper than that. It's almost like an entirely different dimension of self that you are really, looking at from a different framework, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so today will be a little bit different.
Yes.
Not like our normal times. We're not going to be doing normal dream analyzing. We're going to be looking at universal common symbolism. This will be the second in the series of looking at common themes in dreams. Yeah.
And it really is. These are universal themes. So people from around the world are going to have these as part of their dream experience. This is part of the human dream experience. So, and I'm sure that if we really wanted to delve into different cultural symbolism and things like that there are many different. Maybe people in a particular region have things more than, symbols more than other areas, but
I wonder.
That's
kind of cool. Yeah.
And it probably is, because we're really looking at anything we dream as our experience, unless it's a prophetic dream or something that is outside of the realm of what we understand for dreams. Let's start. We're picked 4.
Yep, and our first one is water.
Water is such a great symbol. It really is. A lot of times people will have these dreams. Well, there is an episode called Billy's Got a Gun, and it was my husband's dream. And he was on a cruise ship, and the water was really wavy, and there was a pool on the cruise ship. It was all about water, and really was about his anxiety and feelings about decisions he was making in his business. Water is emotions. Water is really intuition, insight, all of that kind of thing.
Right.
Subconscious thoughts seeping through. That is pretty much when you're dreaming
Any types
of
water, right?
Yep. It doesn't matter if it's a pond. It does not matter what it is.
Yeah. So all water is emotions.
Yep.
So I feel like pretty easy to remember water emotions.
I think so. Yeah. Just think crying.
Right. Water.
Yeah. The other thing too, if you are, I am a Christian. The other thing that water can represent in dreams is the Holy Spirit, and often referred to as the living water. It's not uncommon for that to be part of a dream that's more spiritually oriented. So pay attention to that as well.
Yeah. And now our second one is going to be snakes.
Snakes. I don't mind snakes. Do you mind snakes?
No, I have a snake.
Do you?
I do. Jafar.
I had a whole bunch of snakes because the cats kept bringing them in from the backyard.
Oh, yes, we did have a snake.
Yeah, that's
we had a snake on the episode.
And I did get him out of the house.
Yes,
I did. We saved him. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
So snakes are really interesting. And some of this, too, I think has some spiritual roots in how we think about snakes. So
they usually can represent transformation or healing.
Why do you suppose? I can see the transformation part, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
I guess when I think of snakes, I think of more of as someone being a snake or something representing bad.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's weird that it's as healing, But I guess it does represent threats or fears. So I guess any way you interpret it.
Yeah, I think it really is going to see. So some of this
based on how your dream was.
That's right. Yeah. What you dream, what's going on in your life, all of that. You have got to consider your situation, your feelings, your thoughts, if you want context to a dream. We're giving to you symbolism, common symbolism.
You just have to really detect on what it's meaning for you in your dream.
And once again, from a spiritual thing, I didn't mean to pick 4 that were so multidimensional.
But I mean, that's how it rolls.
Yeah. So in the garden, snake was very deceitful, right, and a very negative.
Light, right?
Yeah, the most negative, but still.
Yeah.
So I think that the idea of healing could be because of molting and shedding its skin and emerging new.
Right, snakes, yep.
So that could very well be part of that. It's amazing to me that a snake can mean something positive like healing, like transforming, but yes, shedding the old and emerging as something new. I mean, that is a very powerful symbol right there.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, hidden fears and things like that,
Threats.
Which really kind of goes back to like the snake in the garden kind of thing, and some of the negative aspects of the symbol.
Snake. Yeah.
So I think that's really it for snakes, but you have to really have context. You've really got to think about what you're dealing with. You also have to think about this. Do you like snakes?
Right.
Do they bother you? Are you afraid of them? Because if you're afraid of them, then very likely in a dream, a snake is going to represent that hidden fear or those threats. Yeah. And we've had, I think, and I've had dreams about snakes before, but we definitely had snakes in at least a couple of the dreams that we've worked on.
Gone over. Now, our third one is going to be being naked in public.
And everybody can probably guess this one. We really picked some easy peasy ones today. We're getting off pretty light on this one. The first word that you should always think of if you're naked in public is vulnerability.
Yep.
And I want to make it clear, this is nothing, for the most part. I don't want to say you're not going to have some weird dream but this isn't about sex or anything like that. It really is about being left wide open, being exposed.
Exposed or like judged. I feel like you're naked. Everyone sees everything.
That's right. And when anything about you is exposed, whether it's your thoughts, feelings, physically, emotionally, mentally, there is going to be judgment on that. If there is that kind of exposure, there's going to be judgment.
Yeah.
So you're feeling vulnerable. And vulnerable is not always bad. I think we come from this idea that when you're vulnerable, you're weak, but it's not true necessarily. Sometimes being vulnerable helps you to rely on other people. Being vulnerable helps you to shore up the relationships that you have. Being vulnerable helps you to be humble and to operate in humility. Being vulnerable helps you depend on God. I mean, being vulnerable is not always a bad thing, but we automatically look at that as a great weakness. But it's in weakness that we kind of find our character.
That's true.
So pay attention when you're having any kind of a dream that you are vulnerable, that you are appearing to be vulnerable in, and take a look at where are relationships, where can they be strengthened, where can they be forged spiritually, what can I do to really depend on the people around me and God and everything else. So I think that's really an important thing. It doesn't have to be a scary situation.
Right. And then our fourth one is flying.
See, and I wish Bill was here for that, because Bill flies all the time in dreams. He has flown on drones. He just flies through the air. He is flying. I
love that. Sense of freedom,
It is.
Also, ambition.
Growth.
Yes. I love that for Bill.
I know.
Good for
Bill. He always has flying dreams.
Right.
They're few and far between for me. I need a few of them. Not that I haven't had them, because I have.
Yeah.
But flying is just such an amazing dream. It really is breaking free.
Right.
So a lot of times I think a flying dream is going to come after maybe a period of time where you're uncertain or feeling stifled or feeling stuck, anything like that.
Yeah.
And then you're just breaking free. Or something in your waking life, you have laid down and I'm done with it. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And you're free.
Right. I like the personal growth. I like it.
Yes, absolutely. So that that I think is a really big thing. That's a good dream to have. And by the way, if you have
all
dreams
you guys have flying dreams.
That's right. We want you to all have flying dreams. And when you have these kind of dreams, feel free to send them to us. We would really appreciate that because we love some of the positive, the healing, growth, happy ending dreams.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of dreams are like a lot of anxiety.
They are.
Anxiety and, we want to hear them good dreams too.
But look at, the anxiety dreams really usually have a message of hope in the end.
Right, that's true. It's more of like a helpful message that your body's sending or your brain's sending to yourself.
It's kind of like your subconscious trying to shake you.
Right.
And be like, pay attention.
Right. They're like, obviously, look at these. Signs.
This isn't what you think.
Right.
So that's what I'm expecting. All right. So just remember, and we're going to periodically do these every 3 or 4 dreams because I think it's really important to understand that we're not alone. That we all have a human dream experience, and there are universal symbols for mankind, for humankind. So that's pretty awesome. And don't forget, the context, the personal context is depending on how you feel about each of these things and what is going on in your waking life and your relationships and all of that. So I really want you to pay attention. I'm going to tell you, I have a Facebook page called Change Your Mind and Change Your Life, which is actually the title of the book that I wrote. And I just posted something on there that is a little video that was really interesting to me about that. There is a tribe in Papua New Guinea, and they have 0 sadness and depression. And research shows that, when talking to the people and getting all the information, that their children have a habit at night that they do. And that is before they go to sleep, they literally unload. And the family's there, they're in bed, they're unloading all of the pain and hurt and everything that they went through that day. Anything negative, they really are just like unloading it. And they're going to bed. Then they do that until they're ready to fall asleep. Just throwing all of that away and getting rid of it. And what they're finding is that they have decreased cortisol being put out at night while they're sleeping. And this is probably something that leads to the fact that they are pretty happy people, and they're not depressed, and they're not
sleeping with that negative thoughts in
That's
their head.
right. Because when you're going to bed in a negative way, you are really doing some damage. And this is a big thing with unforgiveness. And unforgiveness has been linked as a correlate to cancer. When you hold on to things and you're going to bed on that, by the next day they've now morphed a little bit, and there's a continuum of that. So I encourage everybody to try and go to sleep, and before you do, to get rid of all of the negative baggage that you're carrying around, any hurt, any pain. Work through it, process through it. Go to bed without it. Go to sleep without it.
Yeah.
And see if there are changes.
I'm going to try that tonight.
I am telling you that.
I'm about to unload.
Just kidding. No, it's serious.
But I'm going to try.
And I posted that because I'm like, well, this is thought-provoking. I never really even considered that, because who wants to go to bed unloading all their baggage, right? You kind of look at that sometimes as being... I think, am I
going to go to bed like thinking about all the negative things, or am I just going to be like done with it?
But that's what in their culture, that's what happens, is that it's done, it's been processed. It doesn't need to inhabit their sleep.
Yeah.
So, especially if you've ever woken up with that heart racing anxiety, because you could have night anxiety, all of that. This may help you, and this may help to get rid of that. So I just wanted to throw that in because I just learned that today, and I just posted that today.
You learn something new every day. That was it for me.
Same here.
Hopefully another one, but still, that was it.
So, all right. Well, everybody, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have real sweet dreams tonight.
Sweet dreams. Like and subscribe.
Thank you. Bye.